door. Three questions. Let's start. The thought a king has three questions and he is seeking answer to them. What are the questions? Does the king get what he wants? Does the king get the answers that has arise in his mind? Three questions. The thought came to a certain king that he would never fail if he knew three things. If he knew three things, then no one can. Then he would never fail. No one can defeat him in any sector. These three things were: what is the right time to begin something? What is the right time to begin a war? What is the correct time or what is the right time so that no obstacle will happen? Which people should he listen to? He would follow to whom? He would listen to whom? To as the king, he must take advice of some ministers or some admirals or generals or some of his members are in his kingdom. To whom he should listen? What is the most important thing for him to do? As a king, he has many tasks to do. What is the most important task so that if he know that task, then he could complete it. The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom. So the king sent messengers that spread these questions of me in the kingdom, promising a large sum of money anyone who would answer these three questions. And he declared that the person who can answer my three questions, he will be rewarded. He or she will be rewarded. So accordingly, the messengers were sent, and they spread the message of the king in the kingdom. After that, as the message spread around the kingdom, so the people know that questions and the message of the king. So many were interested. Many wise men came to the king, but they all answered his questions differently. As peoples are different, his opinions were also different. So they gave their opinions, their answers different. In reply to first question, some said that the king must prepare a timetable, then follow it strictly. Some told that the king must prepare a timetable. Within according to timetable, he would follow that. Only in this way, they said, could he do everything in its proper time. So that if timetable is managed, as you were in school, your timetable is fixed. Accordingly, you should prepare your mindset, and that subjects are taught to you. In that way, also, king, some wise people advised kings to make a timetable and strictly follow that timetable. Wake up at this time and work or go to court at this time, sleep this time, lunch. So that time is fixed. Human tendency. If timetable is fixed, we must adhere it. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something. But some people told that yes, although we maintain the timetable, but it is not easy, or it is some circumstances, some situations arise when the timetable will not be maintained. For example, when you are in school, suppose your timetable is suppose you're in that period, your class will be taken English, but as the English teacher was absent, the timetable must will be science or something, that science teacher or some math teacher will adjust that class. Mm. So it is not possible. It is not possible at all times. Always it is not possible to maintain the timetable. Suppose you plan to wake up at 4 a.m. But by mistake you slept. You wake up at 6 a.m. So accordingly, the 1.5 hours of that timetable you fixed, it is not maintained, Accordingly, you got disappointed as you did not complete that timetable. Strictly, you could not follow the timetable. Hmm. So after that, where were we? Huh. Some told that day, yes, it is not possible to maintain that timetable. The king should notice all that was going on, avoid foolish pleasure, and always do whatever seemed necessary at that time. So, but it is the suggestion of people. Some advise that you strictly follow a timetable. Some advise that it is not possible to always maintain a timetable. The king should notice all that is going on, avoid foolish pleasures, and always do whatever seemed necessary at that time. Some told that it is not necessary that what to do. Whatever the situation, according to situation, you should work. According to some people, other suggestion. Some told that follow a timetable. Some told that no, don't follow that timetable. You work according to situation. Whatever the situation, whatever the situation, where you work according. Then, king should notice all that is going on, avoid foolish pleasure, and always do whatever seems necessary at that time. Yet others said that king needed a council of wise men who would help him act of the proper time. Some told that yes, you are a king, definitely you have a kingdom, and so many people live in that kingdom, so it is not possible to reach all the men. So wise men some suggest that king should have a council of members who only advise king that what to do or what not to do. This was because one man would find it impossible to decide correctly without help from others the right time for every action. Because king in many situations king was confused whether to do it or not to do it. So in that situation, if there was a council of wise men, they will advise the king you must do that or not. But then others said that there were some things could be urgent. And I think that the answer of first question was what? What is the right time? Right time to begin. Right time to begin something. And here also the king got that answers. Yes. What are the answers? King, some people told that follow a guideline, a timetable. Accordingly, you follow that timetable and adhere to it. And some other told that no, it is not possible to maintain a timetable. You work according to your situation. Some told that as you are a king, you will not be capable. You will not appropriate. You will not be able, or you will be in situations, some dilemma situations, what to do or what to not do. In confusion state, you might be in future. So you must have a wise council of wise men who will suggest you that king what to do or not to do. After this is the answer of your first question. That king that's some of answer of king's first question. And this what was the second question? Which people should he? No, it was third question. Second question was what is the right time to begin? Yes, sorry. ठीक ଅଛି. Uh, okay, all right. Which people should he listen to? Second thing. Then others said that there are some things which could be urgent. Sorry, first question there are more answers. I think one paragraph was there. But then others said that there were some things which could be urgent. These things could not wait for decision of council. Huh. As the council had opinion you got gathered, they told that the king must follow council of wise men. But fourth four group of people suggested that no, no, it is not every time situation is it is possible to some you have to take some urgent decision. In that situation, you could not be able to give that suggestion from the council. It is a short period of time. It is necessary to look into the future and only so these things could not wait for decision of council. In order to decide the right time for doing something, it is necessary to look into the future and only magician can do that. So it is not possible to take urgent decisions uh, the without the consent of the council of members. So it is not possible in urgent situation. So you must know your future. Accordingly, you should know when you get your future, you could be able to know what will happen in future. Accordingly, you take the suggestion of the wise men, so that in that situation you could simply give your consent or reject. Told that king should have a magician, so that he will tell his future. Accordingly, he will work on that. The king therefore would have to go to magician. So first question and the answers we'll discuss. We have discussed already. Question was, what is the right time to begin something? Answer, four types. Four type of groups suggested somewhere. First type of group suggested that king should follow a timetable strictly, so that he could do according to it. Second type of group suggested that don't follow the timetable. It is not possible to adhere it. So, according to situation, you should work, not to according to timetable. Third type of group, what suggested? King should have a council of wise men, so that he will not confuse in some situations. And fourth group of people what suggested? And you will be able to work accordingly. And wise people always it is not possible to in some urgent situation it is not possible to take the consent of wise people. So according to you must go to a musician, magician. Okay. Then what was his second question? Which people should he listen to? In their answer to second question, some said that people most necessary to the king were his counselors. Some said that as you are a king, you must have counsel. Council, and if there is a council, there will also members in council. So the members will call councillors. So you must follow to the councillors of your kingdom and in your court, royal court. In order to decide the right time, it is not necessary to look into this. This is completed. Eighth is paragraph. The priest. Some other told that priest. You must follow to priest. A few others told that you must follow to doctor, and some other told that soldier. So they just here also you get four type of answers. Question answer was counselors, doctors, priest, and soldier. What was his third question? What is the most important thing for him to do? So, what some people said, some said science, others said height, others said religious worship. Three type of answer: science, height, and religious worship. As the answer of his questions were so different, the king was not satisfied and gave no reward. As obviously People are different, so their opinion will also be different. And king was not satisfied with that answer. If king was not satisfied, so he did not give any reward. Instead, he decided to seek the advice of a certain hermit who was widely known for his wisdom. Hermit. Hermit means that sannyasi, we tell in local language. Sannyasi, who live alone. So he thought that he would take the advice of a hermit, and as the hermit has full of wisdoms, full of knowledge, he would advise him correctly. The hermit lived in a wood. Wood means forest here. No? Here wood means forest, which he never left. Okay, in that forest or in that lonely place, he lived. He used to live, and he did not left that place. He was no one but simple people. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. Yes. He has some conditions like he only talk to some normal peoples, not like royal format peoples. Or you can say that these people, no, these people, yes, these people are royal style peoples, uh, royal royal adamant peoples. Yeah, did not talk to him or seem to talk to him. Did not know. Usually did not talk to him or consult with him. So king thought, as the hermit was not interested to some royal rich people, so he thought that he would dress up like a simple man. So he dressed up like a simple man. King dressed up like a simple man. Before he reached the hermit's hut, that means his living place. Hermit's hut, the king left his horse. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. So before hermit's hut, um, from 100 meter before that his place, king king told his soldiers and horse to stay on that place, and he walked to that place alone. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of it. He he saw that, but king went to hermit's hut and he noticed that the hermit was digging a ground. But after that, what happened? He greeted the king as a guest of hermit wished the king. He did not know that he is the king. That person was the king. But he greeted him like a ordinary man, as every person he used to greet that that who come to his hut and continued digging. He simply wished hi or hello or namaste. That was whatever that may be, and he wished and continued digging. As his work was digging, the hermit was old and weak. As he was the old person, as old person, aged person, so his strength is also low. He became weak, and he was worked. He breathed heavily. As he continued to work, there was some, so he took heavily or long breaths. He took long breaths. The king went up to the hermit and said, "I have come to you." King told that hermit, "I have come to you to meet you." Wise hermit, who asked you to answer three questions. Oh dear hermit, I came to you. I met to you for so that I can take advice from you. I have three questions. How can I learn to do the right things at right time? Who are the people I need most? And what efforts are the most important? The three questions. What is the right time? To whom I listen? And what is the most important thing? The hermit listened to the king. Hermit listened. He listened at the questions of king, but did not speak. He did not speak. He went on digging. He simply just listened at questions and being giving no reaction. He started digging. You are tired, said the king. King told that, oh, you are aged, old, and weak. I think you feel tired. Let me take the spade and work in your place. Let me help you. Let me do that work. You side up and I will do that work. Give me your spade. That means to the instrument that is used to dig the ground. So give me that spade so that I will work digging. Thanks, said the hermit. Hermit said that yes, thanks. Thank you for your help. Giving the king his spade, then he sat down on the ground. Then the hermit gave spade to the king and sat down. When the king had dug two beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. King dug two beds. King working and working, and dug two beds. And after that, he stopped. Oh, I have done much work. Let me question. Let me question to hermit. So king questioned that question. The hermit gave no answer, but still hermit did not answer. No reaction. What kind of person he is? But stood up, stretching out his hand for the spade, and said, "Now you rest and let me work." Now the hermit what told king that, Odio, please sit down and please rest. Let me work. But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. But king denied, no, no, I will not give you. You rest. I will do that work. 1 hour passed. King working on to dig the beds. Already he dig two beds, but still the 1 hour is passed. Till as the king reached to hermit's hut. Then another hour also passed. The sun went down behind the trees. Sun went down behind the trees. That means what? Sunset. Sunset happened, and at last the king stuck the spade into ground. But king what? King kept that spade in the ground and said, "I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my question. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home." Oh hermit, I have come to you. For what purpose? To get the answer of the three questions. If you did not react, did not answer my question, you simply say to me that I cannot answer your questions, so that I will return to my home. Why should I waste my time here? Here comes someone running, said the hermit. Hermit said, look, look, some persons are coming, running here. That's all. Here we'll stop here. In the next class, we'll discuss the second part. Okay. So here there are some questions. Why did the king want to know answers to three questions? He thought that if he get the answer of that three things, he will never fail in his life. And the messengers were sent throughout the kingdom for what purpose? The answer is option 4. To announce a reward for those who could answer the questions. Yes, king wanted to know the answer of the questions. So accordingly, king announced that That the person who can answer my questions, he will be rewarded. According to king's order, the messengers were sent to the kingdom. Okay. So this is for today. We will discuss the second part in the next session.